AWS had an epic failure meltdown, which caused a lot of apps. Coinbase, Robinhood as one of them.
Brokerages are down.
Zoom, even what we're using now had issues earlier today. As far as so many different platforms. And you put a post up, it said like as far as all of the internet is built on the foundation of AWS. You pull AWS out, and it's like a house of cards.
Yeah.
And XLE had a good post where she talked about how this actually happened, and she was saying like it wasn't a cyber attack, it was just a random situation. It happened in a warehouse in Virginia, and one thing like that caused a worldwide disruption.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean for the future infrastructure of the internet?
I think we need deeper investment. We were talking earlier, but I think the war between us and China is not going to be a boots on the ground. It's going to be situations like these. The conspiracy theorist in me has some thoughts, but I'll save them for private conversation. But I think leadership has to step in, do a better job. And I think there's not only is the security thing an issue there. Companies don't have enough capital to develop their own cloud, but it's needed. YouTube stayed afloat because they have their own infrastructure and their own cloud services. But the great part in having a partner like Amazon or AWS is that you don't have to build. But when you have moments like these that are down, and I don't believe in random coincidences. I do believe in Murphy's Law, but I don't think that this was random. But when you look at some of the companies as far as Coinbase, Webull, Robinhood, Canva was down. Of course, Amazon stock won't be affected because it's different than CrowdStrike. This is only like 20% of their revenue. But one of the biggest issues that we have in America, digitally and physically, are infrastructure issues. The AI race is incredibly important. The data center race is incredibly important. But if we don't have the infrastructure right, none of it means anything. And thank God it wasn't a cyber attack or a physical attack. But I think as big as Amazon is, they are going to have to do a lot better at protecting this infrastructure, because at the time that we're in now, no one wants to say it, but we're in an all-out war with China, and they want to kill us. And we can't have missteps like this because it's showing weakness, which will allow them to attack at a later time.
Well, not literally. They don't literally want to kill us. Figuratively. In a
theoretical sense of the word.
Thank you.
Competition kills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not physical kills.
Not physically.
Not like Mortal Kombat type.
It's 1,000 ways to kill an opponent, though. Attacking infrastructure is one.
Yeah, that's what Jay said earlier. He said, kill nothing. Kill it while you breathing. Now you saying something.
Yes.
Yeah. I think what we could take from it is, and this is interesting. Yeah, I know people immediately thought CrowdStrike because of what we saw in 2023 when CrowdStrike had a glitch and all the airlines were affected and there was a huge uproar. And this felt similar. I mean, you talk about United Airlines, T-Mobile was down, Starbucks, McDonald's, Venmo. You have payment processors. What it did tell you is this is what Amazon does. So like we know it has an e-commerce, and that's where we're going to get next day delivery. AWS is its own business in itself. And when we talk about cloud service, like that's the importance of it. Like today was the importance of it, right? If you were trying to do something and it was good, that's because 43% of the world's cloud service comes from this company. So that's what Amazon does. Somebody asked who were the others. We talked about this, and this is part of that Oracle story and why Oracle is super important. The number 2 one is Microsoft Azure, right? When we're talking about cloud service, and then number 3 is Google Cloud.
Cloud.
When we talk about YouTube not falling down, it's because Google has its own cloud server. Now, some companies use multiple cloud servers just in the event of something like this. So when you look like a Zoom, right? They had their number 1 server was AWS, but number 2 was Oracle. And we've been talking about Oracle coming into this cloud service space. Yeah, they were small, but they're signing on with the right contracts. They got OpenAI, they got TikTok. So that 2% now is turned to 3%. When we talk about CapEx spend and they're trying to build out this infrastructure, this is what they're talking about. They want to get to at least a 4 or 5% market share. So we have seen AWS pull back down. I remember it was maybe in 2021, it was at 45%, 46. It's now teetering around 41. So there are some cracks in that space, but this takes a lot of money. Like to have servers
takes a lot of capital.
It's so much capital that only a few companies are going to be able to do it. Oracle being one of them, which is why they're newer to it. But there's space for them to grow inside of it, which is why we saw that huge markup when they reported their earnings, because they said, hey, that data center growth plus their cloud service business, they're getting clients on board. This is why that growth happens. So when you see an AWS, it shows you the importance of it. This is not this story. The cloud is not going. We're going to actually need more and more and more as more artificial intelligence, more large language learning, more robotics, more agentic. The more that happens, the more cloud service we're going to need.
But better infrastructure.
That's what they have to build, right?
Yeah,
so that's what we got to build.
Better infrastructure.